Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Caleb Moats. I'm back with another episode of the Caleb Moats Show. So, thank y'all for watching. Got a few things I want to talk about today. As y'all know, go through on Tuesdays, go through Corinthians. We're going through Corinthians right now, go through the Bible, just choosing one book and going through it on Tuesdays. And then on Thursdays, talk about the issues of the world. So, right now, we're going into the segment called Solving the World's Problems with Caleb Moats. Personally, I know I can't solve the problems of the world being one man, but I'm hoping to make an impact and make people think bigger. So, with that being said, I'm going to jump right into it. I hope y'all enjoy it. First things first, I'm going to talk about the government shutdown. It's crazy. There's a government shutdown. Our government shutdown right now. It's kind of wild to think about. But what does that mean? It means I believe like 700,000 people are going without pay right now. They just don't have a job. Obviously, the essential employees still have to show up and that kind of thing, but as a whole, those people, they're not getting paid. So, going to go into it, like what caused it. So, basically, when you look at the Senate, you think the Republicans have the majority. Yes, that is true. However, Republicans and Democrats, whichever one has the majority, that doesn't make every bill pass. Right now, 60 votes are needed to pass in the Senate. They need to have the three-fifths majority. So, with that being said, Republicans have 53 and Democrats have 47. None of those numbers are close to 60 right now. So, even if the Republicans have a bill that they want, they have to get Democratic support. I know some of y'all's posting on Instagram, you know who you are, saying, what the heck is going on? Republicans have the majority. Obviously, Trump's lying to us because if the Republicans had the majority, then they would be passing this easily. That's not how it works. They need 60, Republicans have 43. Actually, some Democrats have voted for the Republicans' bill, but it's still not touching that 60. And then again, Republicans actually approved a temporary funding bill so they can keep the government open and running until mid-November. So that way they can have more time to discuss, more time to focus on the issues at hand. The Democrats shot it down. So right now they're at a standstill and they're split like the Red Sea. Basically, what happened, the Republicans had a bill and the Democrats were like, nah, I'm going to give this. And this was their proposition. They had a $1.5 trillion spending bill over the next 3 months. That's a lot of money. It is. And $200 billion out of that spending bill is going to go to the health care for illegal immigrants. So therefore, it will give them free health care. And just to give you a little equivalence of things, $200 billion annually goes to pediatric cancer. So they want to give illegal immigrants and pediatric cancer funding the same amount. That doesn't cut it in my head at all, because that's our tax-paying dollars, our hard-earned money that we have to pay in taxes. They want to give to free healthcare for illegal immigrants. I don't like it. I'm sure y'all don't either, because we have to pay that, and then they just come in here and don't even pay taxes. So enough of that. And then the next issue is Obamacare. It runs out at the end of the year. And now the Democrats want to extend it. Republicans are not so much of a fan of that right now. So the Republicans say if it doesn't run out till the end of the year, let's figure this out with the spending and who is going to, so then we can talk about Obamacare as we get closer to that. Handle one problem at a time. But the Democrats are saying, no, we need to handle everything now. So with that being said, the Republicans have actually got Democratic support for this bill. But the AOC wing, who are very liberal, as we know, say no, 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 not at all. So right now, they're in the shutdown. And the more I think about it, it's hurting America as a whole. Because even J.D. Vance said, he said, let's talk about it. We're going to have to start laying people off if this lasts too much longer. And I personally, I don't think that people should start getting laid off because the Republicans and Democrats can't get to a agreement. So something needs to happen up there in DC. They need to figure it out. I have faith in them that they will, but I'm just hoping and praying that they come to their senses and figure something out so we can get everything back up and running, because the shutdown's not fun for anybody. But that's really all I got on that. I'm not going to trash talk either side really about it. I'm just sort of saying how I see it. But yeah, that's what's going on. The next thing that I want to touch on, and this bothers me a lot that I'm having to have this conversation at all, but the Mormon church shooting happened. 4 people were killed and 8 people were wounded. And all they did was show up and go to church. They got killed because they showed up and went to church. I can't wrap my head around that at all. So here's the information that they have right now. The shooter's name was Thomas Jacob Sanford. He was an Iraqi war veteran. He was in the Marines. According to his childhood friend, he moved to Utah after his military work was over. So after he finished up in the military, he decided to go and move to Utah, out where it happened. So he actually dated a Mormon girl, and he was considering converting to become a Mormon. Okay, that's just point one. That went down south, and he got really into hardcore drugs like meth. And he was really into it, going at it. And that's never a good combination. So then after that, whenever they would meet up, him and his friends would meet up, they would notice that he would go on tangents about hating the Mormons. And he shot up the church. So that's just one thing. And the motive, according to the police, and that they haven't found a legit motive or anything about it yet. So they haven't found something saying that he was going to do it. If he was targeting a single person, what it was, they haven't found anything. But let's just talk about the fact that these people just showed up to go to church and do their thing, and they got killed for it. It's sad. My thoughts and prayers go out to their families, all the victims who got hurt, and anyone who happened to be in the building and see what happened. That my heart breaks for them, because I can't imagine what it would be like if someone in my family just decided to go to church on one Sunday, maybe a Wednesday night, and they got killed for being there. That's just, it's despicable. And honestly, I'm angry for those family members. And something that it kind of makes me think about is the Christians in Nigeria right now. 7,000 Christians this year alone have been killed. Their churches have been burned for the simple fact that they are Christians. In Nigeria, they are persecuting Christians, killing them, burning down their churches because they are Christians. That's some kind of hate, but it's not the hate you see on the media that you're watching. It's outrageous to me. 7,000 human beings were killed for being Christians, and we hear nothing about it. Don't you think that's something that should be on? So pray for those people in Nigeria. Pray for their families. I saw a video, I posted it on my story a couple of days back. It was these people were sitting there in a burnt church, and they were worshiping Jesus. And it honestly, it kind of left me speechless there because these people, some of them were killed, some of their families were probably died, but they were worshiping and praising the name of Jesus. It it brings faith to another level. They have faith. And it was amazing to see that. I wish it wasn't under those circumstances, but it was truly amazing to see that. But with that being said, I'm going to jump on to the next topic that we have for the day. Troops are getting sent to Portland, Oregon. Yeah, our troops are being deployed in our own country right now. The reason being, ICE headquarters are under attack and protest by Antifa. Now, why? These are American agents doing their job, and their lives are in danger. Shoot, their lives are already in danger doing that job, but it's getting worse because American citizens are actually protesting and trying to kill them. Some of them are not American citizens. We'll just stay quiet on that. But now, what does ICE do? It's their job to go and arrest illegal immigrants who came into the country illegally and deport them back to where they came from. Now, there is a normal way to come into this country, and they are not doing that. They are deciding to break our laws, sneak in, and being kicked out. That's what's going on. I don't know why it's so hard to see because it is illegal immigration. It's not legal. It's not legal immigration. I'm all for that. It's illegal immigration. That's just crazy to me. If illegal is in the title, why are they welcome to stay here? Does not make too much sense. But Trump ordered those troops to go to Portland to keep ICE officers safe. And honestly, it needs to happen because I don't think that any officers in our country should have to worry if they're going to go home to their kids or not. That's my thoughts on it. And now I just want to talk about one thing, probably the most controversial topic of the day is the issue going on in Israel right now. Now I just want to bring up one thing on it and then I'm going to be done with it. First things first, you got to remember who threw the first punch in that battle. The country broke in to Israel, took hundreds and hundreds of hostages, killed hundreds of people, concerts, hospitals, churches. They went in there and they absolutely destroyed them, took citizen hostages. Now I just want to bring up, what if that happened in America? What if another country came up in here taking hostages for us just living our everyday lives? Killing us for living our everyday lives. America would prove a point. I can tell you that for a fact. And the fact that you're looking at it and you're upset that Israel is fighting back, I'm not really able to wrap my head around it too much, but they're just doing what they're doing to keep their country safe. Simple as that. Number two, as a Christian, we're supposed to pray for the peace of Israel, and Israel are the Jewish people. Jesus was the King of the Jews. So we are supposed to be praying for their peace and praying for Israel. As a Christian man, I support Israel. That's where I stand on the matter. Like I said, wasn't going to spend too much time talking about it. I was just going to let you know exactly where I stood on the topic. And that's all we have. But with that being said, I want to say before I leave, tell the people in your family that you love them because it's a rough world out there. A few weeks back, we had a man get killed for speaking and standing up for his Christian beliefs. And that was on American soil. So tell your family you love them because you really never know when will be the last time you see them. Make sure that you don't regret anything. There's no regrets at all. Always be there with them and be present when you're there. Stay off your dang phones. You can play your video games later. Stay off your phones. Don't hate them. Don't let politics drive y'all apart. Love your family and stay prayed up. Walk by faith. It's a rough world out there. Just have that relationship with God, and we'll find our way through. Anyway, that's all I got for the day. So if you have any questions or anything, just leave a comment down below like usual. Anything that you agree with, disagree with, whatever, just let me know what it is and we'll talk about it. Shoot, I might even have you on the podcast. I don't know. But that's all I got. So I hope that y'all enjoyed it. Come back Tuesday for our next Bible study. And that was Solving the World's Problems with Caleb Moats. Hope y'all have a good one. Peace.